Aleksei Oleinik versus Walt Harris is a heavyweight bout in the co-main event of UFC on ESPN 4 Fight Night San Antonio. RDA versus Edwards this weekend is the co-main event, if I didn't mention that already. And it's a great co-main event at heavyweight. This is one of the big leap forward for Walt Harris. He's had a rough career, man. He's lost every time it's become a hurdle. We'll see if he can get past it this time. I don't mind his chances. He's a big guy for the heavyweight weight class. And as you've seen with Francis Ngannou, it don't matter if you're a fucking wrestler, Cain Velasquez. I'm going to throw you off and hit you with my big black fist. And it doesn't matter how good you are at wrestling and grappling. I'm a big black guy who's stronger than you and has 30 pounds on you. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You're talking 6'2" versus 6'8". You're talking 36 years old versus 42 years old. You're talking 235 compared to 255. Walt Harris is a much bigger guy. And I think he opened as the underdog. I don't know if he's an underdog right now. Because if I put my money on Walt Harris here, he may not be an underdog anymore. But I think he opened as an underdog. I like Walt Harris here. I think recently we've seen a big surgence in Walt Harris's confidence in the cage. I think before he felt a little bit unmatched against certain guys. But you saw against Sergey Spivak, who was a more recent guy who was undefeated before he fought him, 9-0. Who was a dangerous guy. Walt Harris went straight in there, hit the switch, what we've never seen in him before, and Greg Hardy'd it forward and just started swinging. And he's a big guy with big fucking power. And I'd bet on Walt Harris to get the first round knockout. I really would. I've seen Aleksei Oleinik KO'd recently on the same card as Walt Harris fought as well. I think it was the UFC Moscow where Aleksei Oleinik got knocked out by Overeem. And Walt Harris beat Sergey Spivak in the same night. So, you're talking about a guy coming off a KO loss, who's already had 6 KOs in his career, who's had so many fucking fights at the age of 42, who's been around the fucking block. I mean, fucking Aleksei Oleinik used to fight in Bodog. That's how fucking old he is. He joins the ranks of guys like Chael Sonnen's early beginnings. And this is, Aleksei Oleinik had experience before he went to Bodog Fight Club as well. I mean, Chael Sonnen was a guy where Bodog was kind of like his entrance into the scene. And he had a little bit of experience, but that was the big thing. And same with Jorge Masvidal, he had some Bodog fights. But with fucking Aleksei Oleinik, he had experience, then went to Bodog. Like, he's a fucking old guy and he's been around the game for a while and he's seen it all. I just feel like Walt Harris is going to go in there and fucking Greg Hardy him and switch on that fucking wife-beating mindset and start swinging. Okay, I'm not saying Walt Harris is a wife beater. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying with that mindset of Greg Hardy. What bitch? You fucking didn't dry this fucking plate off properly. Bam, 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 bam. And I just fucking drill a fucking fist into Oleinik's fucking head. Okay? Rough times. I shouldn't have made that joke. Aleksei Oleinik. Yeah, man. I don't like his striking. He does throw a few unorthodox strikes. And I feel if Walt Harris here, what you're betting on, really? You're not betting if Walt Harris is a better fighter. You're betting on if Walt Harris shows up with confidence. Because you saw it in the Andrei Arlovski fight. Sometimes when he gets these fights that he knows are a leap forward in his career if he wins, he kind of shits himself. And he's like, fuck, am I not good enough? He's an old veteran. Oh, God, I've got to be careful what I do. And eventually it just ends up with him not throwing anything. Okay? And he just sits back and he kind of just lets the decision slip away out of his grasp. Okay? And I think if he comes in switched on, and he comes in ready, and he knows that he's the best guy, and he knows he's going to fucking knock this guy out, and he has that confidence about him, I think he's going to go in there and fucking flatten Aleksei Oleinik. Because he's a big guy, very athletic, very strong, and it's the heavyweight division. It's the heavyweight division, and Walt Harris is 6'4" and black. And that's all you need to know. He might even be 6'5". Oh, he's going to win even more now. That's an extra inch of fucking height. He's definitely going to win. Walt Harris by first round KO. You're talking 12 wins in his career. 12 KOs. He's a dangerous guy. He's a fucking dangerous guy. And he's coming off a quick 50-second fight against Sergey Spivak where he got an instant KO. He's completely fresh. Jumped straight back into another training camp for Aleksei Oleinik. This is the big moment in his career. And I think he's going to seize it with both hands and flatten Oleinik in the first round. Because Oleinik, you know, you're talking April 20th, you just got KO'd flatlined. April 20th, you got KO'd, flatlined, and now you're back in July. I mean, you know, it's rough. It's rough times. It's rough times with these guys' brains. I mean, one of these heavyweights, I think we're waiting right now in terms of brain damage. I've spat everywhere right now, by the way. It's all over my screen. I'm so excited. Right now, in the UFC and MMA in general, we're just waiting until one of these veterans of the UFC gets to an age of like 60. And then we're going to start seeing, you know, that kind of speech slurring attitude that boxers know. And that's what sort of terrifies the boxers. We need to see an MMA guy, like maybe Chuck Liddell, get to the age of 60 and start showing those symptoms before people start taking this fucking concussion shit in MMA way more seriously. You know what I'm saying? And people talk about, oh, not the same as boxers. Boxers get it worse. Yeah, boxers may get head trauma worse. Boxers may get head trauma way worse than MMA fighters. But you know what boxers don't get? When they go down and hit the canvas, yeah, they have to get back up and fight on. But what they don't get is fucking 3 more fucking full power punches blasted into their unconscious, loose brain on the ground. Walt Harris by KO in the first round. There's not much skill to break down here. If it goes to the grappling side of things, Oleinik's obviously going to win. They're going to call him the fucking boa constrictor for nothing. You're going to strangle the life out of you. If Walt Harris is able to keep it standing for the first minute, I think he's going to come out there like a fucking madman and swing like crazy and find a finish. I really do. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Click that there. And I'll see you later. Goodbye. I'll be live for the fight companion for this event. Walt Harris by first round KO. He's big and he's black. He is big and he's black. And look at Ngannou. Well, I'll see you later. I don't know what that noise was that I just made, but goodbye.